All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Arise with David, Wine and Chat. Yes, we're back this week. We're back this week. We're motivated. We're excited about the great things that is coming towards us. Get ready for look, if you think positive and you think about great things happening in your life, I guarantee you those things will happen in your life. No doubt about it. It's amazing how people have been putting on Facebook about just having a positive vibe or having a positive outlook on a certain situation, and it turns around completely. Like, your energy drives what happens to you in your future. So that means that if you surround yourself around negativity, 9 times out of 10, all types of negative stuff is going to happen to you, right? If you believe negativity, then 9 times out of 10, you will have nothing but negative around you. But when you start believing positive and surrounding yourself with positive people, things begin to change. Things begin to orchestrate and things begin to move in a manner in which you believe that it will move. It's all driven by energy. It's all the universe. Believe negativity, it will happen. Believe positivity. Yep. Positivity will happen. I see y'all logging in. Everybody, look, hey, we here. Get you a glass of wine because we're going to talk tonight. Get you a glass of wine because Arise with David is here tonight and we ready. We didn't meet last week because we had all type of stuff going on last week. But this week, we're here. This week, we're meeting, and this week, we are going to talk. So get your glass of wine. This week, man, I have some wine that was specially made by my uncle in Rushville, Louisiana. Many of you do not know where Rushville is, but Rushville is it's a part of New Orleans on the West Bank, going down the road, going towards Bootville, right? That's where my mother family is from. My paternal family is from Belchase, which is before Rushville, but go a little bit further down where all those, oil fields are, where the oil plants and all that stuff. There's a little town that's called Rushville. And my uncle specially made me, and look, it's in a Ciroc bottle, but this is homemade blackberry wine. And then it's infused with grapes. Now, how do you know of someone, right? Don't even have no type of license, no type of, certification to make wine. This dude made wine infused with 2 different types of fruit. First fruit is blackberry. The other one is grape. We're drinking this wine tonight. Now, many of y'all know last time that I had my Uncle Cooney wine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm sweating a little bit right now. I forgot my quote and everything. You know what I'm saying? But this is where the love is. Shouts out to my Uncle Cooney. Some know him as Bow. You know what I'm saying? I love that man. You know what I'm saying? Because from him, I learned a lot growing up in my adolescent ages as a young child, right? Mom's single parent. You know what I'm saying? You have Uncle, right? City boy. Uncle bringing my city ass in the woods. Bringing me out in the woods to go hunt and bringing me in the woods to go fishing and shit like that. While my other cousins is like, oh man, it's just a snake. Me, I'm freaking out. My city ass like, oh Lord, a snake. Jesus, oh Lord. Crying and shit and screaming and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he fulfilled his true obligation to my mother as her brother-in-law, right? By helping. Look, this was not nothing that she asked him to do. Because out the kindness of his heart, right? He stepped up and was like a real valuable man figure in my life. So shouts out to my Uncle Cooney. I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out tonight. Look, I know you don't have Facebook. I know you don't have social media, but I'm sure one of your kids is going to log in tonight. One of my cousins are going to log in tonight, and they're going to tell you that I gave you your props tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sipping on blackberry infused with grape wine. So let's talk. So we are right in the middle. There go Dynell. What's up, cuz? Love you, man. We are right in the middle of our 90-day speaking challenge. We are on day 50. Oh, man. Look, sometimes you may get a quote. Sometimes you may not. But I want you guys to stick strong because guess what? It's not about Arise with David with this whole believing positivity and speaking positive things, right? This is totally surrounded by decisions that you make and how you choose to live, how you choose to think, who you choose to surround yourself with, and who you choose to have in your circle. Okay? That's what it's about. Day 50. This morning I talked about trials, right? Troubles and all that kind of stuff. It is strategically designed for the troubles that you go through to magnify itself to look like it's so big that you can't handle. Let me tell you, I'm encouraging you today. You can handle it, right? You can handle it. You can conquer it. You can get it done. Don't allow your trouble to put you in this shell, or don't allow your troubles to put you in this box to have you feeling like you're the only one that's going through this, or you're all in this by yourself. No. It don't go like that. Guess what? There's people in your life that has been through what you have been through, and they are positive enough to help you get through it. So they're going to celebrate you while you're in it. They're going to celebrate you when you come out of it, and they're going to celebrate while you're walking in it. Because guess what? Trouble surround everywhere. Everywhere is trouble. But the decisions that you make control how it impacts your mind, how it impacts your body, and how it impacts your soul. Of course, you have that crazy ass family member, right? That does all type of unethical things. So what? Ignore them and keep it moving. Continue to smile. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. That one friend, you know what I'm saying, that might be talking about you, saying all kind of negative stuff about you. Hey, don't worry about it. Like, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Don't allow what other people do, what other people say, impact you and impact your emotions and impact how you feel. Don't do that. It's not even worth it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're miserable. Let them be miserable by themselves. Okay? So look, we're going to talk tonight. What's up, Brandy? What's up, my baby? So look, we're going to talk tonight. Get you a sip of wine. We're going to talk. So tonight, let's talk about hypocrisy. Woo. Hypocrisy. What is hypocrisy? Right? So what I did was, I'm going to give you my definition, what I feel like hypocrisy is. And then I'm going to give you Merriam-Webster's definition of hypocrisy. Let's talk about hypocrisy. Hypocrisy defined is the practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs to which one's own behavior does not conform. Pretend. Hypocrisy is when someone pretends to be someone that they're really not. And 9 times out of 10, the pretending show, the Tyler Page stage play, takes place when they are around people that they want to think that they are not a hypocrite. Okay? You have those kind of people. You have those kind of people that want to paint a picture in front of everybody like they're this person that, oh, if you know me like that, I have to uphold my standards like that. But at the end of the day, there's some jacked up people. Okay? For example, we all know, guess what? God bless the bereaved, my family. We lost a family member on last week. God bless my family. Pray for their strength. My Auntie Carol, my cousin's children, sisters, siblings, brothers, all that family, cousins, all that good stuff. But let me tell you, y'all, like, just because someone passes or someone leaves this side, people get emotional. People get, emotional, and they start thinking, well, if I don't deal with him or her, and I'm at this funeral that was unexpected, then maybe I need to, change the way how I am. They may change and do things differently. Yes. At the end of the day, yes, you may change and you may want to do things differently, but there are still things that's on the table that need to be discussed because you put the situation or the relationship in that position. So it has to get straight first. You can't just pop up just because, people are around and want to act like, everything is all good and speak to people that you don't normally speak to. And I'm the kind of person is like, if you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me in public. Don't deal with me when you're around people that may think that you are one way and I know how you are. Don't do that to me because I'm just going to look at you like you're stupid. But because it was a family gathering, some family members that I don't deal with, they came up to me, talking. Now, you don't. Now, you speaking to me, you don't even deal with me. Really? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. Come on now. Be for real. If anything, be real. But it's all about hypocrisy. All about hypocrisy. And let me tell you, man, I spent the day with my mom and some other family members that day. And my thing was like a random conversation came up and it was like, yeah, man, you and Kelly wasn't seeing eye to eye. We weren't. Kelly and I were not even speaking. However, he was very influential in my young days, in my adolescence, right? When my mom was a single parent, right? My cousin Kelly would come and get me to go when he got to go buy new cars, he always told me to keep a brand new car, he always told me to stay fresh and dressing. At the end of the day, he was very influential in my adolescence. However, as we became adults, the relationship dwindled. It's nothing wrong with that, people. But one thing, what people are not going to do is you're not going to be fake. Don't be fake. Like, don't be artificial. Like, if you're that way in public with other people, be that way with your family as well. You out here, making sure that you're following all these ethical, practices and beliefs and all this other stuff, but you causing hell right in your family. You speak negative about people in your family. But you want to act like you are this loving person. You are a hypocrite. You're full of hypocrisy. You're pretending. Like, when does it come to a point where people understand and realize that the pretending has to stop? Like, don't pretend. That's enough of that. Now, Father's Day, my aunt prepared a steak for me, her sons, and her nephews, right? And it was so good and delectable and all that good stuff. And I'm sitting down talking to my cousins. Man, I'm talking to Don. I'm talking to Donnell. I'm talking to Glenn. And we're sitting down by the table and we're just having a random conversation as we're eating on those good steaks, So the random conversation was just dealing with people, you can have a certain level of happiness on you that most people do not know how to accept or receive. So what it is that they try to cause as much havoc in your life as possible because what they throw at you is not impacting you. It's like throwing a dart at someone and it's hitting you. There's no blood, there's no wounds. So my thing is keep throwing. Your arm is going to get tired before I even allow your darts that you're throwing to impact me. And what our conversation was surrounded by this. How many of you that's looking or listening tonight has been in a position where you had to depend on someone to talk or to speak for you to gain something? Example. Have you ever been in a position where, let's see, what is fruit fly? Have you ever been in a position where there was a job that you had to get, right? Or you wanted. And there were people that was already a part of the organization that you knew. And they told you that they would talk for you to get on. If their response when they came back, oh, I couldn't do nothing, man. I couldn't do nothing, bro. I couldn't do nothing for you. It's because they feel threatened by you. And before they talk or before they speak good things about you to get an opportunity at what they had an opportunity at, they would rather not even talk for you. They would rather see you struggle. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is those that paint the picture like they're for one thing, when in all actuality, they don't mean you no good. Like hypocrites. Hypocrites. Yeah. People that say they're going to talk for you and don't talk for you. When I realized back in the Gap, when I was trying to get on at this plant in Plaquemines Parish called BP Oil, and I realized my mom is talking to all these different people about, hey, look, see if you can get Dave on down there, or see if you can get David a job on down there. And I had to realize that I had to depend on somebody to do the talking for me to get a job. I was like, oh no, it doesn't work like this. And a lot in Louisiana, it's like that. Because you have to depend on somebody to talk for you to get a job, right? And 9 times out of 10, that person's not going to talk for you. Everybody at ConocoPhillips who went to Bell Chase. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But at the end of the day, what can impact that differently if we as a people get rid of the crab mentality? I don't want you to do better than me. So because I don't want you to do better than me, I'm not going to share with you information about getting your credit in line. I don't want to share information with you about where the next breakthrough may be for your business being a new or a fresh entrepreneur. Or I don't want to tell you where the sales are, where you can get, new furniture for a cheap price. But when you come to my house, my shit laid out. But I'm not going to tell you where I got the hookup or where, things are at that can, help you with what you're trying to pursue. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you depend on those type of people to speak for you and put you in an area where in all actuality, if you pursue and you push on your own, you supersede them and you run over them any day. Yes, that's how I go. That's how I go. That's how I go. It's sickening. It's sickening to me to know that someone can even fathom the thought of knowing information to bring someone up out of what they are in for a positive reason and not sharing the information that they have intentionally. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. For someone to intentionally not share specific information with you because they don't want you to get ahead. Let me tell you, I remember when Hurricane Katrina hit. And me and my family, we evacuated to Killeen, Texas, because I had a relative staying out there. And we went to Killeen. Killeen was our first stop. Oh my goodness, that's when you found out the most that it's a sickness and a generational curse in our people. Where if you find out that FEMA is giving money over here or they're helping people get free apartments over here and nobody's saying anything, but when you roll up on the situation, they're like, oh yeah, I knew about that. Oh, I thought you knew. No, baby. It's not that they thought you knew. They did not share this with you because they didn't want you to know. That's not the type of people that you should be around. You should be around people that's concerned about your success, that wants you to grow. Just like this, Arise with David. There's people that watch me after I log out. There's people that log in after I press the finish button. Only because, one, they don't want me to see that they're logging on. And two, they're just looking to be a spectator to see what I'm talking about or what's going on with the Rise with David. And people are like that in your life. Just because people don't call you, just because you think that they're not watching, they're not listening. Oh, they worry. They worry, baby. They concerned. Because that's what miserable people do. Miserable people worry about you and what you do. And people that are happy worry about what themselves do. And I may have said that right, grammatical error. I see my best friend on here, Devron. Throw a heart if I use that right. I'm not sure. But, when you're happy, you don't concern yourself with the affairs of no one. When you're happy, you concern yourself with your own affairs, your immediate affairs, which would be mother, father, sibling, children, right? And the affairs of the people that you impact in a positive way. But when you're miserable, baby, you're going to be in everybody's business. I know some miserable people. When you're miserable, you're in everybody's business. You're worried about what Barbara told her husband because her husband was cheating on her. Y'all want to know? Mind your business, baby. It's nothing to do with you. Okay? When you're miserable, you talk about people all the time. When you're miserable, you don't have nothing else better to do but to live in misery. Misery. I don't know about you, but it's life is too short. It's time to be happy. So hypocrisy. Stop pretending. Don't pretend, y'all. Don't pretend. Be who you are. Be who you are. You are the best at what you can be. So be who you are. Hypocrisy. Oh my God, hypocrites. Let's talk about the church too. Oh man, because every time I talk about the church, I get all these inboxes, and I don't like talking about church folks. You know what I'm saying? But church people are the largest, the most grandest hypocrites ever. Ever. I saw a preacher walk by somebody here recently because their family don't deal with their family. But you a preacher though. You a preacher, you mean to tell me you a preacher, you walking by somebody? Damn, I thought the Bible that you preach from, you're supposed to love everybody. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Sir, hello? Wait, I thought you was a believer. You're a Christian. You tearing down church doors every Sunday. But you're not speaking to your relatives. What the what? Really? And you call yourself what? A Christian? I just rather say you like going to church. Just say you like going to church. Just say you like going to church to hear the music. Just say you like going to church to hear whatever messages you're hearing. But look, be 100 about everything. Be 100. Be real. Be real. Be real. You got people in the church getting dressed up. They do all kind of stuff. The little fake ass smile. Hey, how you doing? God bless you. How you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, you blessed and highly favored. But let's go to your house. How's your relationship? What's going on? You causing havoc? I mean, what's going on? Hello? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? They got some preachers that preach what they live by, and they got others that they preaching stuff that they're not even living by. Some of the ones that the first ones to preach about homosexuality and to preach about this and that are the main ones creeping, dreeping, dipping, slipping, dogging and frogging and every goddamn thing else. You heard me? Believe that. That's why you see a lot of exposure happening to people in the church, because those are some of the main ones that run their mouth about what's wrong and what people shouldn't do. Well, if it's wrong and it's what people shouldn't do when you behind that pulpit, when you step from behind that pulpit, you should be living the same thing that you talking about. Okay? You have these people that won't be the first ones on program, won't be the president of this, the president of that. That's cool. But where's your character? Like, where does your character sit? You know what I'm saying? Like, where? There's a pastor in Plaquemines Parish. Okay? Now, I done heard this dude preach against homosexuality. I done heard this dude preach that homosexuality is not of God. But, okay. Get your little sip of wine. So you saying all this, that homosexuality is not good and bad and all this other stuff, but you mean to tell me that you have somebody that is gay or homosexual leading your praise and worship, playing your organ. Playing your organ. He playing your organ. But you won't talk about people that's homosexual. But he playing your organ. He playing your organ. He leading your praise and worship. He bringing members to your church, because when he go, everybody else go. So really, you got to kiss his ass to keep him from doing. And what he or she do is they ignore what you're saying because you're paying them. Now, how hypocritical is that? You preach about something, but now you're going to employ something that you are against. Ooh, wow. It's because you find people that will use you for what you have to offer. And it doesn't just happen in the spiritual church world, but it also happens in your own personal life. People will use you for what they can gain from you. What's up, my cousin? What's up, Sheba? People will use you for what they can get from you. Don't allow people to use you. Don't allow people to use you. Don't be used. Don't be used. You know what I'm saying? These pastors talking all this stuff about, fornication and all this other stuff. Let me pull out your book. Because a lot of y'all that's talking that stuff done dipped in creep before. And very familiar who you dipped in creep with. Some of those people right in your own church. Like sheep. How can a shepherd mess with his sheep? But you gonna preach? And then there's people in the community, people in a church that knows about what's going on, and they still sit under the leadership. What does that say about you? So in other words, you can't talk about Donald Trump. You can't talk about some of these other people that's leading things bad, because, I don't agree. If I don't agree, I'm not going to be there. So if I don't agree with this preacher is saying or whatever, or this speaker is saying or whatever, if I don't agree, I'm not going to be there. But you see unethical things happening before your eyes and you still sit there. Like, what you doing? Like, move around. Like, for real. Like, move around. Okay? So, like I said, don't allow hypocrites to impact your mind, your body, and your soul. People will talk about you all the freaking time. Oh, well, let them talk. It's all good. Don't worry about a hypocrite. A hypocrite will always find something wrong with you. A hypocrite will always find something wrong with somebody. Always. That's their job. Their job is to be miserable and to find things wrong with people. You know what I'm saying? Damn, hypocrites. Lord, say one thing and do something else. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back to this. Hypocrites. I'd rather if you don't deal with me, just don't deal with me. If you don't believe in what I believe in, or if you don't like me, just don't like me. But please, one thing don't do is don't put on a show in front of people and act like we buddy and we cool when you already know the flavor is not good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because what I would do is I would set you straight in front of all those people. And if more people would get like that, instead of allowing people to run over them and tell you anything and say anything when you know it's not real, you have to start stopping people in their tracks. How you gonna set your ass up there talking all that stuff about, what you doing, all this other stuff like that, and you sitting up there like, oh Lord, they lying. What stop people like clock? Get off. You gotta tell them straight up, you lying. You lying. You lying. Tell them straight up. Boom. When the preachers be in the pulpit and they be saying all this craziness and all that, don't do it. Don't interrupt them. Don't interrupt their message, because I don't want y'all to be like, arise what David said, to interrupt the preacher and correct him. But schedule a meeting with him. When he be like, well, Pastor, I heard you said that, I saw you, put some people out of your choir because they were fornicating and they were shacking up and they were living with, people and they weren't married. But what about and you throw at him what you know about it. Either he showed some favoritism in some other area, or he's involved in some stuff himself. Call him out. Call it out. Call it out. Like with me. When they had the thing going on down the road, I took my hands off of it. Like, I'm not dealing with that stuff. Like, it's not going nowhere. Like, you know, I mean, people still following him and all that. And it's just all kind of crazy. So I left it alone. I took my hands completely off. Notice, I stopped commenting on what was going on at the church down home. I left it alone. I took my hands off. Do you. Do what you got to do. But my pastor had the decency to call me because somebody ran and told him that I had some live videos and I was cursing. He said, Dave, you got to take that down. You can't curse like that. Let me tell you something. I am who I am. I'm a grown-ass man. I can be a preacher and either curse in front of your face or be a preacher and curse behind your back like some of those other hypocrites. I can either drink in front of your face or drink behind your back like some of them other hypocrites. I can either fornicate in front of your face or fornicate behind your back like some of them other hypocrites. You choose. But for me, I'd rather you be just 100. Just be straight up with me. Because guess what? At the end of the day, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter what you do. Because you're accountable for yourself. I'm accountable for me. So if you don't agree with what I do, that's fine. It's cool. But one thing I can't stand is a hypocrite. Especially a hypocrite that's, what's up, Moon? Especially a hypocrite. Now I'm about to hit your street, Moon. Especially a hypocrite that profess or proclaim or act like they like you or love you. And they really don't. Like they talk about, like they drag for you. But then when you act up, and when you check them, or when you call them out, or when you do certain things, oh, you the bad person, you the crazy one. But nobody realized that those same individuals that I'm going off on did some unethical things to me that I'm just calling out. No, I'm not going to be like my mom and sweep shit under the rug. I'm not going to be like my dad and sweep shit under the rug. I'm not going to be like my aunt, like whatever. They expect you to be a certain way. No, don't be like that. If you are not comfortable with somebody calling you out or saying some things about you that's not accurate and you want to correct it, you better open up your mouth and say what you say. I'm super crazy. Yeah, cuz. That's how it is when you address things. When you address things that you saw as a child, and you realize now as an adult, it makes sense. It start making, shit really start making sense about some stuff that bamboozled you. It bamboozled you. But now that you are an adult, you see it and it's clear before your eyes. But when you start talking about it and start saying stuff about it, oh, now you got the problem. Well, guess what? Allow me to have the problem. If it's too much for you, it's just as simple as, you don't want to view me anymore on Facebook, it's just as simple as going to your settings and unfriend or block me. When you see me in public, you don't have to speak because it's not about you. It's all about the people who I can reach. Period. It's all about that. Okay? So, hypocrites. I don't like hypocrites. Okay, let's go to some of these comments because I see a lot of them rolling in. Everyone notices when you go nuts, but never notices when you ever... No, oh my God, Clarice. People will see. Let me pull right quick. Let me pull. For those of you that are just not joining, my uncle Cooney made me some wine, some blackberry infused with grape wine. Clarice, I'm coming, Clarice, because that was real good, baby. That was real good, baby. You're gonna have me talking for an hour tonight. I'm trying to wind a Rise with David down to like 30, 45 minutes, girl, and I don't even know where I'm at right now. But look, they don't see when you provoke. They don't see when somebody who they told something about you come back and tell you because they didn't expect that person to come back and tell you what the fuck they said. And now, because you want to address it, you the crazy one. Or because they were not man or woman enough to address it straight up, when you throw an innuendo, now they want to start coming in. They want to start showing up on your live. They start liking your posts and all this other kind of stuff. No, don't do it. Don't do it now. Don't do it now. Don't do it now. But what you have to do, what stops people with that? What stops people with provoking you is when you call them out. Exposure stops people. It stops them. Kirsten said, I like to go nuts. Yeah, cuz me too. I like to go nuts too. Like to go nuts. Man, we was having a conversation with down by my Auntie Beverly and them, and I was talking to my cousin Donnell, and I told him about some things that I remember when I was a child. How certain things was said and certain things was did to cause division to come in a family. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. We were children. And you were an adult to say things. That's wrong. That's wrong. And it's called being a hypocrite. Is it being a hypocrite? It happens everywhere. It happens in everyone's family. It happens in everyone's friendship circle. Where you get that person that talks shit. They will talk shit down over the phone. In their little circle, talk all kind of stuff. But when they get in front of you, it's a whole different story. Because I'm at the point where I'm like, come on. I really wish. Tell me what you like. Come on. Come. Whatever you think, assume about me, come with it. Because when I come with the facts about you, you're not going to be able to handle it, baby. I'm bringing tears to your eyes. Because the thing is, one thing about me is that I'm observant. And I've paid attention to a lot of stuff, boy. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I've noticed. A lot of stuff I paid attention to. A lot of stuff I discerned. Simply because of my connection, right? But at the end of the day, like, if you're going to come. Don't play around with it. If you're going to come. But you got to be ready for when I come back for you. Period. And once you treat people like that, and once you get to a level where people understand that they are not to like clown with you or disrespect you and all that, they will stop. All right, Kirsten. Oh, hit it on the head. Talking to each other about each other, then can't take the truth. Dog. Especially when, even this weekend, like, you doing all this when you have said negative stuff about like the deceased. So you don't felt a certain way about the deceased. You don't say negative things about the deceased, but you acting like that's the worst thing that ever happened. Like, why are you gonna talk about people, and then when you get in front of those people, you act like you love them so much? Y'all better open y'all eyes. Y'all better get woke. Because if you hang around people that will drag for you, but then you still hang around them and they're smiling around you and you know they talking about you, something wrong with you. Joanne Wilson, what's up, my cuz? I love it. You put it on put it on the table. You gotta put it on the table. It's some of them, guess what? Baby, it's some of them, it's some people right now down in, let's talk about, some people down there that don't talk to me right now because I've said certain things or I've addressed certain things. I don't care. I don't care if you don't talk to me. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't care. That don't matter to me. That don't matter to me. I saw some people ducking me. Like the weekend at the one. You don't have to duck me. You have enough stuff going on in your life right now that you need to duck yourself and duck everything that you're going through. Okay? That's what you need to duck. Okay? Duck all that shit that you trying to hide and all them skeletons that's in your closet. Hide that. Hide that. You don't have to hide from me. Because, baby, I walk by you and act like I don't even see you right there. That's me. If I don't deal with you, I don't deal with you. All right, come on, let's go to it. Exposure. My cousin Kirsten says shit talkers. Joanne said, yes, it do. Kirsten said, then they mad when you get the tea. Oh, yeah, they be mad when you get the tea. Oh, they get mad. Because it's not that they get mad, it's that they get scared. They get scared. They get scared. They get scared. They get nervous when, you start speaking the truth. Because not everyone knows the truth. That's all they know is the hypocrisy face. Which is me pretending to be one thing. And a couple of lives ago, I talked about the mask. They pretend to be one thing when in all actuality, they're something else. Clarice, in a boat and everybody not paddling. Sound like some folks drilling hole. Oh, Lord. There she go. Clarice, don't get started. No, I just told you that I'm really trying to keep my life to a certain time frame. Man. But what about when you notice that the person that's been drilling holes in your boat this whole time was someone that had a paddle in one hand, but a freaking drill in the other hand. And every time you turn your head, you think that you're making progress. They're behind you, drilling. Like, I want you to fail. When you turn around, oh, I'm pedaling. That's hypocrites. Oh, that's a Clarice. If I was still preaching, I'll preach that. Maybe you should do this. Okay? Preaching from the subject, pedaling with a stranger. Paddling with a stranger that you know. Ooh, that's a good subject. Paddling with a stranger that you know. Because think it. A stranger is somebody you don't know. So there's a twist there. That's the hypocrisy part, right? But while you're paddling and you think you're making progress and you're pushing forward, that person is behind you, drilling holes, want you to fail. That's why when I do these lives, when I do a Rise with David, people's coming up to me this weekend saying, keep doing what you're doing. And I know it pissed some people off, but I don't give a damn. It's okay. Do you, and I'm going to do me. Okay? So, with that being said, they do not want to see your success. They don't want to see your success. Cousin Kirsten, you always been a leader. When certain things went on in high school, you stood up. You didn't play sports, so you always could stand up for us all. But we should all just be responsible for ourselves and children. Most definitely. Yeah, because, I played a little bit of sports, but I wasn't with all that because, back then I was like a little Malcolm X. I was real, back then I was real pro-black. And the only reason why I was pro-black is because I was surrounded by it. I was surrounded by people saying, oh, them white folks this and them white folks that. And so what happened was it resonated in me. To only realize that it wasn't the white folks. It was the people that was around me. That was my biggest enemy. That's your biggest enemy. It's not the white man. It's people that look like you is your biggest enemy that don't want you to succeed. It's not the white man with his foot on your neck telling you that you can't survive. It's you. You're doing it to yourself. Stop blaming other people and call an ace and a spade a spade. Your family member is the reason why you didn't make it where you need to make it to. Your family member could have spoke for you to get that job, or could have talked to somebody for you to get that job, but they didn't because they didn't want you to get it. They didn't want you to succeed. They didn't want you to be successful. You know what I'm saying? It's not the white man. It's the people that look like you. So what happened in high school, I was always on guard, ready for somebody. Somebody come at me talking about, black this. Oh, look at my cousin Nikki. What's up, my baby? They know me. Somebody would say something about when Black History came, I was putting shit up all around the school. I was putting up posters, Black History posters all around the school. But little did I know, those same people that I am so connected with, that I graduated with, I'm still cool with those people today. And those same ones that were saying white folks this, white folks that, are the same ones that you need to look out for. Because being too pro-black, you realize being too pro-black, you will ignore the prejudice that takes place within your own race. You will ignore the civil war that's taking place within your own race. If you concentrate solely on the white man or other cultures and what they're doing. When in all actuality, the teardown is right in your backyard. Okay? All right. Pedaling with a stranger, try to see me fall. Yes. Oh my Lord, paddling with a stranger that you know. Plot, twist. You already know. You already know, Clarice. You already know. Black Civil War, it takes place everywhere. Cause it takes place. So, my thing is to you, whoever's listening, whoever's tuned in, okay, listen to me. Don't allow people to get to you. Yes, if they disrespect you, if they try to call you out, yes, address it. Tell them about themselves. You have to. You have to stop people from doing what they do. You have to. You have to stop people from saying things. You have to stop people from putting on this show, this pretend. Ashante, what's up, my baby? Stop people from putting on this show. People will put on a show. And when you stop them, cut their commercial short. Baby, you're doing all that when, boom, So how you doing? All that when boom. Stop it. Shut it down. Shut it down. I'm tired of fake people. I'm really tired of fake people. I'm tired of fake people. I'm tired of fake people. Like fake. Oh my God. Like I'm tired of it. And you should be tired of it too. You should be tired of it too. Clarice, a plane can't land in a cluttered landing strip. Okay. You got to get what you deserve. What you're destined for. Why am I reading like I'm hooked on phonics? I'm telling you. Uncle Cooney, this wine. But you have to clean up your circle. Yes. Your area, your landing strip. Family, friends, you have to clean it up. You have to clean it up. And then when you clean it up, they'd be like, oh, you shouldn't do that because I don't give a damn. If you don't have my best interest at heart, then I don't need to be bothered with you. Point blank. I don't care who the hell you are. Auntie, uncle, cousin, whatever. Clean up the circle. All right? So look, like we said earlier, hypocrisy. Eliminate yourself from hypocrites. Hypocrites will always be hypocrites. Hypocrites' job is to cause misery in your life. Don't allow it. Don't allow hypocrites to impact you in no way, shape, or form. Let them die and wallow in their own miserableness. There it goes. All right? Look, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to get off here because I know Clarice is getting ready to come with a good comment, a good something. Let's do this. Let's just go through our comments here. I want to make sure that I've addressed everyone. I just hear people saying, preach. It was a good one here, that Derek Family. He said they hurt more when they see you happy and they have more materialistic things than you. Yes, not realizing you can't buy happiness. You can't buy happiness, man. There's so many people that have so many that because you drove a nice car, you had it going on and you were happy. Or because you lived in a nice big mansion, you were happy. But it's not about materialistic things. It's about being happy when it's just you, naked, just you, and you happy. And people don't like you to be happy. That's why when you go around the ones that talk about you and all that other shit and the hypocrites, go around smiling. Smile, bitch. Thanks for tuning in to Arise with David Wine in Chat. Like my quote says, keep tuning in for the 90-day speaker challenge, y'all. Look, I'm dependent on y'all because y'all can do this. Keep sticking with the 90-day challenge. Speak positivity on yourself. Positive affirmations on yourself. Believe in yourself. And eliminate yourself from those negative people. It's ruining you. It's killing you. It's like a toxic cancer that's eating away at you. Eliminate yourself from negative people. Eliminate yourself from negative things. As my quote says, your tomorrow gets its momentum from the words you speak today. I got it right. Must be the balance of the blackberry and the grape. Look, love y'all. See y'all next week for Arise with David Wine in Chat. See ya.